Yeah, Carl's spot on. This is going to be a really, really interesting fight. Both 28, there's 4 months between them. They know each other so well, going back into the amateurs. They're mates, really, but it's all got to go out the window tonight. Who's going to take this, Nathaniel the Nightmare Collins or Lee McGregor? Both inside that 126 featherweight limit. There's very little to split them. It's a real treat, this.
Okay, boys, I've already spoken to you both. You know what I expect. Stay professional, obey my commands, and most of all, protect yourself at all times. Just close, boys. Good luck, boys. Another
of the famous old Glasgow, Edinburgh derbies. Biggest surely in this very city at the old Albany Hotel back in 1973 when the amazing Ken Buchanan took the British lightweight title off the wonderful Jim Watt. There's always spice, needle and heart aplenty in these. Two excellent technicians here. They know each other so well. They've sparred loads, and a decade ago they met in the amateurs. Now they do it for real. Punching for pay, and I think that's key here, Darren, because the winner could go on to massive financial rewards.
I mean, the pot of gold gets no better, really. No bigger, sorry, fighting for a world title. So this is massive, it really is. And I feel that the battle for that lead hand is so important here, and it's Collins who started well, working nicely behind that southpaw jab.
Looking to relax and get into a rhythm early, Nathaniel Collins. McGregor did win that amateur fight, and he did step up in weight to do it. How do you like him at lightweight, Barry? Featherweight, sorry.
Yeah, but I think it's long overdue. He's so big for the weight. And the shot there from Collins, nice. That was just over the front foot there, McGregor, and Collins made him pay for that. Well, you have not similar styles, but similar sort of approaches. They both like to pressurise you beyond good boxing, but they both pack the punch. I mean, I think Collins' power is underrated. Everyone knows how powerful McGregor was, certainly to the body as a bantamweight. As a featherweight, he's been adaptable, I think, against Isaac Lowe. You try to put pressure in, and he's able to box moving around quite well. So he has the fluency in his work. He caused Collins problems, but Collins is sharp, and I think he's been underrated quite a lot here, Collins, in the build-up for this fight.
Yep, razor sharp, 7 knockouts as well on the slate of Collins from McGregor. Yeah, at featherweight, I thought he looked stronger against Isaac Lowe. He's filled out nicely into the 9-stone, 126-pound division, but he's missing a bit early here, and Collins will make him pay for that.
He will, Adam, and I don't mind the aggression from McGregor, but he's got to be a lot more cute with it. He can't be reckless, because we've seen already the counter-punching from Collins, very, very sharp.
And aiming for the body early as well, Nathaniel Collins. McGregor has only ever lost once. Collins protecting this perfect record, unblemished.
Well, McGregor's always had the advantage of size, hasn't he? Massively advantage. He's still got the advantage here, but not as much. So working behind the jab against a southpaw or orthodox fighter still works for him. Now he's up against guys who are more his size. That working against the jab, he's going to struggle just a little bit more than usual.
Is it the story of the slick southpaws tonight? Lovely uppercut, round 1, Collins.
We control the distance, we control the fight, you understand, okay? Make him overreach. Exactly what you done there, okay? See when he takes you back to the corner, if he shuts that distance down, stay nice and tight, don't bother hanging back him, okay? Listen, control the distance behind that jab, take it, have a step back, bring it up, bring it over. Shoot a quick backhand right behind the jab. You catch them there, shoot that quick, then fucking pivot it round, pivot it on your right hand side. Beautiful work. Nice and sharp, make him fall over his front foot as he falls over, mate. Bring that shot up, bring it underneath. That backhand to the body.
Welcome back. Very good corner team. Johan Senior and Junior been around the sport up here for a long time. Ricky Burns, Alex Arthur being talked about, Buchanan Watt. Here's Collins and McGregor. We love these sort of derbies.
Oh, we do. It means an awful lot to not just the fighters, but the fans as well. But I'll tell you what that first round was. That was a great demonstration of counter-punching from Collins.
And just using our southpaw stance to his advantage. And what they were saying in the corner, you know, making him overreach, you know, tempting with that front foot, tempting. When he attacks, take that little step back, making him fall a bit short. And that's why I'm saying it's going to take a while for him to just get that judgment of distance, because he's so used throughout his career being the guy who has the advantage of having that longer reach, so he can make a few mistakes and still get away with it. No, featherweight, not so much.
He's got to try and upset the rhythm, the early rhythm that Collins has got into in that first round. I think plenty of feints with the hands and feet. Try and draw out the lead of Collins. Just be a bit more smart with that aggression. Work around the target there. He was just stood in front of Collins there. He worked well to the body, but a bit more education in the work of McGregor required.
But it's getting your front foot closer, and that's why you always say get on the outside like you did just then, because it allows you to take a bigger step and then you can commit and punch through the target, certainly with the right hand.
You have to against the southpaw, Barry, and it's going to be a tough night this for McGregor if he can't get that movement right, the jab going. He could be all at sea. Collins with a fantastic opener. And look at that wide stance as well. He's really cute and clever. But McGregor's just got to suck up these first couple and start working around the body, slowing him down. As Darren says, breaking his rhythm.
When you go to go with a wide stance like that, that's all about that is. So he wants to lean back and still have balance. So what you can do there is you feint and try and get him to draw him on. And it's hard for him to close those feet and move forward. He has to make two adjustments rather than just a natural movement forward. So McGregor's got to be feinting his way as he's attacking here.
Combination from Collins, Darren, sweet.
Yeah, that lead screw shot from Collins, very, very good. But I don't mind this from McGregor, trying to rough up Collins. Look, as a natural counter-puncher that Collins is, you don't really want to be stood inside. You'd rather keep it at range and fire those sharp counters through once your opponent's worked away. So just try and hit those arms, the waistband, some of the dark arms, just try and unsettle this confidence from Collins.
Yep, attempting to rough up his rival.
Coping well with the pressure, isn't he, Collins? Not getting flustered at all.
Oh, good shot there, though, from McGregor. Collins came back with a couple, but he had to take that one flush.
Sometimes that can be an issue with a southpaw. They carry their lead hands low. The left hook just travelled right over that right hand.
When you get into that range, okay, then you load up, then you square up and you let that right hand go, mate. It's the only thing we're doing. We're always looking for us to just try and cover you. Don't give him an opportunity by overreaching. It's the only time you're getting caught. Every single time you're overreaching. Just in here, mate. Jab in here, let your right hand go. When you get that gap, aye. Double jab, but you reverse, something shouting, reverse some feet. Feint and then find your feet.
Welcome back. Well, much better from Lee McGregor in round number 2. Barry, he closed the distance, didn't he? Rattled in some body shots. Hustle, not always pretty, but effective.
Yeah, well, Darren said, he just made it a little bit uncomfortable for Collins. I don't think Collins was coping with the pressure quite well, but then threw a right hand to the body and a left hook over the top, a snap each punch there. And certainly was the best punch of the fight in the round.
Yeah, beautifully poised, these two excellent technicians. Lee McGregor, who's won 15 in those red, maroon and white colour shorts and the grey and white skirt-like outfit of the southpaw Nathaniel Collins in fight number 17, turned over back in October 2018. He's come up the quiet way. People haven't been raving about him, but he's very useful.
Yeah, very good fighter indeed. Just dominate behind the lead hand at the minute. I'd like to see McGregor just get that front foot on the outside of Collins. That'll help him find a jab over the right hand of Collins.
But that's not a good shot there from Collins. And I understand why McGregor's not committing. He's getting the foot close. He's not committing because he knows Collins is going to take that step back, that little lean back. And I think that's where the feint always works for you. If he doesn't, even if he doesn't throw, it means you can nick more space. You've got a little bit of like a millisecond, just nick more space and then throw the shot.
That was low from McGregor. The uppercut back from Collins. Action just revving up in the third round. They're not amateurs and kids anymore, are they?
Proper established fighters here with an opportunity here to really push on, and some really good work with the uppercut from Collins, and I think that's the shot that McGregor needs to throw inside as well. You see how low Collins gets inside.
Chopping left hand from Nathaniel Collins. Both of them 28. There's so little between them in the statistics, but Collins getting those arms flowing again, and McGregor just caught in the middle of the ring, a little uncertain. The gum shield's out, and well, it's swinging back to Collins this round.
That was really good. Sorry, the flow and the rhythm in which he threw those shots, Collins, was very, very pleasing to watch.
McGregor's trying to get that chest over the front foot, which is not a bad idea, but there's no real, like, just the feet got caught there, and that's what looked like McGregor maybe tripped a bit, but. And he's trying to bob and weave, there's no real thought to it, so Collins is just reading his rhythm and trying to pick the shot through the middle.
Just out of range with his jab, McGregor.
Just a bit route one at the minute,
isn't it?
Only a little bit. He sort of got the right idea, just a little bit more disguised in some of his work in McGregor. And Collins boxing really well. Really controlled.
Marks up under the left eye as well, Lee McGregor. He might have to just get down and dirty and rough up Collins, not give him that room.
You've got to be careful.
Being outboxed at times.
Yeah, sorry, Adam, you've just got to be careful with that roughing him up and trying to. You don't tire yourself.
That left hook is there for McGregor. Like, see a little step to the left, get into the position to throw the shot, then take that step to the right along with the left hook.
Regain control there. Nathaniel Collins, meanwhile, backstage, Lee McGregor's big mate, Josh Taylor. From Edinburgh, of course, or just outside. Such a brilliant fighter for so many years. The question is, what is left in the locker, and how good would he be up at welterweight? Jimmy Gill, the wonderful Nottingham manager and boxing man who we lost sadly recently, and a big inspiration to this man, Ekow Essuman, with Barrington Brown and Jimmy Gill from the beginning. I loved Jimmy Gill, I really did. He always had a story. Looked after the Booth brothers, didn't he? Fabulous character.
Yeah, great man. And this really is a great fight to top the bill here in Glasgow. So many questions I look forward to being answered.
Yeah, questions to be answered here with these two old friends, but now rivals, certainly for the next 8 rounds or so. The WBC silver title up for grabs. WBC champion at the moment is Stephen Fulton. Our own Nick Ball, of course, with the WBA undefeated. Rafael Espinoza, Angelo Leo. It's a really crammed division, as always, the featherweights. And well, back in those times, we're talking about the Booth brothers. We had Naz, didn't we, and Paul Ingle and Billy Hardy, and so many good fighters.
Steve Robinson.
Wow.
Get him in. I mean,
Cinderella man.
It's been a great. The fight division has always been a great division, domestically and worldwide. And it still is now. So the win this fight puts you on the ladder towards those bigger fights, and that's. But they don't care about that. This is all about pride. This fight. This is. You want to be the best in the world. You want to be the best in your country. He's hurt McGregor there with that left hand.
He did. You see the punches landed on the comedy box, and he is hurt here. Lee McGregor. The corner and beckoning Nathaniel Collins to go in, because it's early in the 4th round. And there is a breakthrough here for the man from the Glasgow. And he's put down McGregor dramatically for the 2nd time in the 4th round, and that was a heavier fall. And brilliant so far from Nathaniel Collins. And there's plenty of time left in the round to get the job done. He's hunting it, body shot, goes in, the Collins with the win of his career, 17-0, knocking on the door of a world title shot, and Lee McGregor is defeated in style, and that was dramatic. And the first time that's happened to McGregor, and Nathaniel Collins, who looked really good from the offing, and he's on the floor in tears, the emotions pouring out. What a brilliant win, and what a dramatic round, Barry.
That was absolutely fantastic. He was boxing so well, really controlled throughout Collins there, but that finish there. The woman with the first knockdown, he threw to the body, and then the one over the top there, straight away, went bam, bam. It was a lovely shot. The body shot was just to drop the hands. Really thought about his work. And that's been the theme of the night so far for me, is everyone's been thinking about their work, not just rushing it, not just letting their hands go, being aggressive, but thoughtful with it. But Collins there was punch perfect tonight. That was a brilliant performance against a really good fighter in Lee McGregor.
Great mates, real respect. It had to go out of the building for the time they were in the ring, and Nathaniel Collins was a nightmare. His style was difficult for Lee McGregor. The southpaw, the uppercuts, the rhythm, and then, quite surprisingly, the power.
That was exceptional, Adam, it really was. Look, on paper, a really tough fight. We've mentioned what was on the line, but the way in which he's beaten McGregor there is so impressive. I mean, look at the work, look at the power, look at the speed, and most importantly, Barry, the self-belief.
Yeah, he hit with a lovely shot. Again, the timing was fantastic. And obviously that was the first knockdown. I thought it was a bit of a push, but he was already hurt. But the second one here against the ropes, when they get him against the ropes, before that he threw a left to the body, then a left over the top. Just really clever work. It was really clever. All tonight he's really clever, making him miss, making him pay. Here, body and then over the top there, right with a solid shot. That's a really good punch. Really good. I mean, he'd come of age tonight, Nathaniel Collins. He really has.
A mature and blistering performance from Nathaniel Collins. Lee McGregor up at featherweight, and he felt the weight of those punches, but it was the precision and the class tonight of Nathaniel Collins. He's been a secret, really. Not many have heard of him outside of Scotland, but he has his moment tonight, live on DAZN at prime time, and now they will be talking about the nightmare, and he could be a nightmare for these featherweights.
I'll tell you now, he'll take some beating. And not just that performance there, as impressive it was, but you watch him as a whole, as a fighter, there is so much to like about him. I mean, look at it, because that was an outstanding win, a huge win on the resume of Nathaniel Collins.
Fabulous. Another stoppage win on a sizzling night in Scotland. Well, the Ring 3 event, a blockbuster card from New York City, July the 12th. Shakur Stevenson against William Cepeda topping the bill. Edgar Berlanga and our own Hamza Shiraz facing off in the chief support. Should be another memorable night of boxing in the Big Apple. You can see it live on DAZN. So much coming up in the next 6-8 weeks. And, well, so much respect between the pair. He'll be gutted, Lee McGregor. What a win for Nathaniel Collins.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 1 minute 45 seconds of round number 4. Our referee in charge, Mark Lyson, stops the contest. Therefore, your winner by way of technical knockout, still undefeated, and now the WBC Silver Featherweight Champion, Nathaniel "The Nightmare" Collins.